Hey, you guys. Hey, come on in. Welcome back to Just Be Speaks, where today we'll be covering nice does not mean naive. We live in such a low vibrational society where when one is met with someone being genuinely nice and showing authenticity with a smile, lightheartedness, that they're automatically looked at as fake. Why she gotta be so happy? What she smiling about? What he smiling about? Why they gotta do all that? You doing too much. Why is all of that a norm in today's society? Why can't someone just be nice? Why can't someone meet you with a smile and they not be seen as weak or too friendly? Where did these terms come from? How can anybody be too friendly? I get it. There is a certain level of too friendly that's weird. But when someone is being genuine and just showing you niceness, why is that such a bad thing? Right here in this moment, my daughter is coming from outside and she wants to give me a hug and a rub. And I thought it was cute to add in. So I'm adding it in. Okay. Why can't people just be showing genuine love to you when you first meet them and they come off as super nice and energetic and seemingly willing to pour into you what they have? Why is that rejected so quickly, so drastically, so full of judgment and so critically by society? Just let people be them. Let people be nice to you until they show you otherwise. Which brings me to my points. First, people have to heal. You got a lot of people walking around with a lot of dead weight internally. You got a lot of people walking around with a lot of stuff that they haven't forgiven themselves from, and they come out into the world and they project it onto others who they see vibrating naturally higher than them. They would like to be on that vibration, but they know all of that junk that they're holding on to internally is not going to allow them to vibrate that high. Therefore, there comes the hate and the jealousy and the comparison, and it's that the vibration gets lower and lower with each negative additive that you add on to that. The jealousy, vibrating lower. Hating, vibrating even lower. Comparing, vibrating even lower. You got to get all of that out your heart to be able to internally hear what your purpose is and to be drawn closer to that. And then you'll automatically, naturally not be worried about nobody else because you're so focused on your internal healing. Focus on your purpose and where you're going and getting all of that junk out of your heart so that you can hear God clearer and He'll direct your path on exactly where you're going, to where you don't have the time to be worried about what somebody else is doing and why they're being so nice. Simple. Next point, integrity. Why is integrity seen as a weakness? Why is being truthful, open, and honest seen as you too nice, you too friendly? It's always too much of something that seems like a good thing that society deems as bad. I understand that this is the most backwardest, I just made up a word, society that I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand it. That's why I stay to myself, child. But yes, integrity does not have to be seen as a weakness. Being nice, showing genuine love and compassion towards humanity and society, why is that deemed as a weakness? Let people show you who they are first before you deem them as too nice and too friendly or not giving people enough grace to get to know them a little bit before you be extremely critical and judgmental on who they are. Grace, along with not seeing integrity as a weakness. Next point. I touched on this in a little bit in my last point, but simply letting people be them. Let someone be nice to you until they show you otherwise, until they become too much of something and they actually give you living proof, you see it, that they're a weirdo, then you treat them like a weirdo. But just based off of someone's the first impression, true, is lasting, but it's not necessarily who that person truly is. We have deemed people, we have burned bridges too quickly and too fast just off of a first impression that's really not the real impression of their person. That's really not the true depth of the character of their person just off when you meet them. People are human. People get nervous. People get distracted. It's more so like people need like 2 and 3 and 4 chances of a first impression. They need a couple of first impressions before you can just burn bridges with people and deem them as one way. When people have a lot of different colors. People have a lot of different colors and shades to themselves that you're not just going to necessarily see the very first time that you meet them. So why be so critical on people upon the first time meeting them? Got to give people a little grace. Got to give people a little bit more time to show who they are before you cross them out of your life or deem them as something that they may not be. Or even worse, deem them as lower than what they really are, not seeing someone for their full worth. Which leads me right on into my next point. Stop rejecting nice people and making them feel as if they're doing too much or they're being too friendly when they're just trying to genuinely show you love. Let people show you love. All of those things that you are internally holding on to that makes you feel like that's a negative thing, you're the problem. Not the person being nice who hasn't done anything to you yet. You're the problem. Fix that within yourself so that you can come out into society and accept a gesture of someone being nice to you without it having to be something more than what it is. This next point is very, very vital and super important and might be the biggest thing that we talk about here today. And that's these types of people that you run into that naturally quickly reject when you're being nice and they kick you out. These types of people will be dedicated and determined to prove that you're not as nice as you are trying to come off to be. They will go out of their way. You will be shocked at the things that if you knew what a person was doing behind the scenes, that trying to prove you to not be who you say you are to the people around you are, whether you're in the same circle at work or you have the same friend group and maybe you and this person have a close mutual friend, but y'all are not that close. Y'all consider yourselves associates, but y'all share a mutual close friend. Those types of people. Family members that you can't choose your family, but y'all share the same blood, but maybe have nothing in common. Those types of family members, that cousin, they be over there. Them type people. Unfortunately, sometimes siblings, there are a lot of people who will be dedicated to proving to people around y'all that you are not who you say you are. And it sucks. It sucks that someone could be that low vibrational, that mad, that miserable, that they want to have all of this focus on you and your life and proving you to be something that you're not, when they can be dedicating this to bettering themselves, to maybe take a page out of your book and see what you're doing. They're studying you in the wrong type of way. They need to be studying you in another type of way to see how you're so happy and how they could be that, versus deeming you to be bad and trying to prove that you're saying that you're something that you're actually not. So, nice does not mean naive. We have to heal as a human race. We have to heal. It's a lot of things that people have went through that you may never know because they don't show it on the surface. They don't talk about it, but they internalize it and it comes out and it bleeds out into society in ways that they don't even understand sometimes. Integrity is not a weakness. Let people be nice to you. Don't be so quick to cross people out of your life until they actually show you that they have bad intentions for you. Stop rejecting nice people and deeming them as lame or doing too much or you too friendly. Just let people be them. And most importantly, watch out for people who will be dedicated to misunderstanding you, dedicated to proving to the people around you all that you are not who you say you are, that you're not as nice. What do you do with these types of people? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because when you have this type of fight going on in the background around you, you have an amazing spiritual protection and backing that you don't even see, but you feel it. If you tapped in that type of way, you feel it. You know exactly what I'm talking about when I say spiritually protected, especially if you are having these types of battles in your everyday life. And remember, nice does not mean naive. You got some good people out there. Stop rejecting people just because they meet you with a smile, and stop seeing it as a threat or a competition when someone can walk into a room and their energy just dominates in an eloquent way, when you can learn that from them. Don't be jealous of it. Don't see it as competition, but breathe it in. Take it in. See how you can do that too. You know, watch some self-help videos. Get a book or two on the vibration of energy, on energetic frequencies. All of that type of stuff will show you how. Another important thing as to how you can actually vibrate high, you got to clear your heart space out. You got to get rid of judgment, being critical, unforgiveness, whoever you haven't forgiven, even yourself. You got to clear that out of your heart space. When you clear these things out of your heart space, that's when you can hear God. You can hear your internal being, your intuition. God is your intuition. It gets a little confusing when your conscience come in and try to talk you out of your intuition and what God just told you to do. A lot of chosen ones, earth angels, are battling with that now. Not knowing which direction to go because you haven't cleared your heart space out completely. The gift is there. You are who God says you are. But at the same time, we still got to do the internal work to get where God is telling us to go. So we got to clear that heart space out, people. Until I see you all again, this message was nice does not mean naive. And Just Be speaks. Until I see you all again. Thank you. Bye.